Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I recently finished up working on these Nova Marines and had a few requests on how I painted the white armour. White can be a notoriously tricky colour to paint, so I thought it would be a good idea to share the method I use for the white armour. It's quick and easy, only uses 4 paints and really gives a nice effective white. Perfect if you're thinking about painting any white scars or maybe an apothecary. So what better model to demonstrate on than a Space Marine apothecary? This was primed black, and then I used an airbrush to give it a couple of thin coats of Corax white. If you don't have access to an airbrush, this can be applied with a brush from the pot. Just make sure to thin it down really well to get a nice smooth finish. Once you have all the armour painted in Corax white, it will need a coat of apothecary white. I made a mix of apothecary white and contrast medium in order to thin it down. It's roughly about a 50-50 mix of each. The next step is then to slowly apply the wash all over the model. I did each panel one at a time, taking care not to allow any of it to pool anywhere and to get a nice, thin, smooth coat all over. While applying this, I also made sure to pull it down towards the bottom of each panel to give some natural blended shading. Just take your time with this step and go over the whole model one panel at a time. I then wanted to add a little bit more depth to the shading. So using some thinned down Nuln oil, again about 50-50 mix with contrast medium, I added a little bit into the deepest recesses just to add a little bit more contrast to make the details pop a little bit more. And here he is with all the shading done. Next, some highlights. I went back to the Corax white and then very carefully gave an edge highlight to all of the areas of the armour. It's subtle but really helps these details stand out and gives a nice clean look. To finish off and just add a little bit more to those highlights, I then added a little bit of white scar to the very most prominent edges. I didn't go crazy and do this over the whole model, just certain bits like the knee guards and around the helmet and shoulder pads. And here he is, all of the armour complete in a very short amount of time. As it's just a quick video concentrating on the white armour, I've not finished him entirely. I will probably get him done relatively soon, so if you are interested in seeing how he comes out, there should be some photos up on Instagram soon. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you've enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. I reply to every single comment on every video, so feel free to test that. And if you found it helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.